I'll be reading from Her Skin is a Costume, which is my chapbook from Redbird Chaps. Skunkweed cookies. Who the hell would say no to a chocolate chip cookie? So I stuffed 6 of them in my mouth while my fill-it-up with unleaded boyfriend whittles away at people's patience, piling them up with speculative facts that no one would ever have the fanatical idiocy to bother to check up on. He insulates 2 couples in a corner on his fornicating speech on Ronald Reagan and the CIA serving up crack to the poor communities while John Lennon has been murdered by the Illuminati. His gluttonous balls expand with every raised eyebrow. After a half hour of listening to his tedious avalanche of words, my head becomes crooked. I know it was tilting on its axis, and soon my ostrich neck will no longer be able to hold it up. I slide down a wall until pants and shoes become my landscape. I think about penguins and how fractured their time is on this planet, and why an eye for an eye isn't translated into a rape for a castration. When all of a sudden, the music blows a fuse, and I am bruised by the hopped-up pendulum of my boyfriend's manic secretions. I can see him belch his bombastic rhetoric and sweat slander out of his armpits and salivate his volcanic erection of South folks' soapbox corpulence, and I detest him. I want to hitch a noose to his theories and bind them around his jugular until he is hoisted up a piñata in the room. Then everyone who has become lethargic, stupid by his speech, would be given a stick and a few chances to whack at him. I watch his verbosity as beaten out of his protruding stomach. Culpable, frigid, dupe, counterfeit, hollow, dull, soporific. They are white letters tracing the air, coming from his ass as well. I cry. Tears puff my face into bloated red adverbs as I try to hold my head on its stem. The crowd jackhammers my date. He continues to ejaculate words. Half-wit, tedious, septic, jock-itch, petrified, swine, as they smack away at his ego. They have a long way to go to get to the candy at his center. Patsy, I hear. I look at the familiar striped socks and penny loafers, the never-ending supply of cuffed pants. Baby, he says. He crouches down beside me. Did you eat any of those cookies? He asks. I nod. How many, do you remember? I hold up one hand and a finger from the other, but make sure not to let go of my head that is tottered by a strained muscle or two. He grabs my hands, pulls me up. I stare straight into his bloodshot eyes. Let's go, Patsy, he whispers. I feel tingling coming from places that have long been submerged in a scripted museum tour. The language is breaking out into an emblazoned rush of verbs and nouns. Words come out of his nostrils, his hairy ears, his elongated gums. Treasure, idolize, protect, embrace, desire, adore, blowjob. The party is over. Neither one of us can wait to get back to his apartment.
Woo!